If you're like me, you probably have nostalgic memories of going to RadioShack in the 80s and 90s and buying your first Walkman, color TV, or portable stereo system. Unfortunately, with the advent of Amazon, Best Buy, and Circuit City, the RadioShack brand kind of died off in the 2000s, but it didn't die off completely. And just lately, they've pivoted into cryptocurrency you might have heard about, and you've almost certainly heard about their Twitter campaign, which has just oddly turned very raunchy and R-rated in the last couple months. So in today's video, I'm going to do a deep dive on RadioShack and discuss what's up with the company's pivot to cryptocurrency. What does their decentralized exchange do, and is it successful? And most importantly, who is the person behind this raunchy, R-rated Twitter campaign? Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at bencryptoshow. Let's dive in. So first, a little bit of history of RadioShack. The company was created in 1921 in Boston, Massachusetts. It's over 100 years old. Very few companies are like that. They had their heyday in the 80s and 90s. They were a small technology retail outlet. This was before the internet. They, even as recently as 2014, they still had 5,200 retail stores, but then in 2017, went down to 1,500 stores, and today they have 400 stores. So most people actually don't know they still do have some stores, 400 stores in about half of U.S. states, but it's far less number of stores than it was 10 years ago. The company has fallen on hard times since Amazon kind of took over. They filed for bankruptcy twice, RadioShack in 2015 and 2017, and then in 2020 they were bought by entrepreneurs Alex Mayer and Tai Lopez. Tai Lopez, you probably know him as the successful YouTube personality. He's made a lot of money. Very successful. His style can best be described as he's one of those get-rich-quick people who you could literally be talking about the clouds in the sky, and then he will turn the conversation to, no guys, I started making videos very small. They grew one video at a time. I started making a little bit of money. Then I made a lot of money. And you can be a millionaire too. That's his style in a nutshell. He made posting videos of Lamborghinis trendy before it was trendy in cryptocurrency. And he has been just a long-term mainstream stay on YouTube and in social media in general. So what's RadioShack's business model at the moment? They appear to have three main lines of business. It's pretty simple: retail store, online store, and the cryptocurrency decentralized exchange cross-chain swap, which I will get into in a moment. The retail and online stores sell a lot of retro gifts here, retro goods. They've got batteries, portable stereo systems, tools, LED lights, speakers, helicopters, all sorts of funky stuff. Their online store seems to really play up the retro element. They've got a lot of retro-looking merchandise, Walkmans, walkie-talkies, handheld stereos, really cool stuff. There's more of their merch right there. And then just about 6 months ago, they officially rebranded to cryptocurrency, which is what a lot of companies which are loosely connected to the tech space and have sort of fallen on hard times, that's when they pivot to cryptocurrency. So they have a cross-chain swap, decentralized exchange, whatever you want to call it. So you use one of these if you don't want to actually go to an exchange and then have to send your coins to the exchange, make the trade, then send the coins off the exchange. Instead, you use one of these cross-chain swaps. You just input what coin you want to send to, what coin you want to exchange it into, and what amounts. It will give you an address to send your first coin to. You just send the coin, it does the swap to you, it sends it to your wallet of the second coin, and you're done. The fees are generally higher than traditional centralized exchanges or the bigger decentralized exchanges, but RadioShack still only has a 0.1% fee. That's pretty low. That's lower than a lot of these other cross-chain swap mechanisms. They say that they've had 10,000 traders use the system so far. That is pretty good, and they're compatible on the Ethereum mainnet, Polygon, Smart Chain, Binance Smart Chain, and Avalanche Network. And they have done $50 million in total trading volume. So these are pretty good numbers here. So you do have to kind of look at this. Okay, is this just a few whales accounting for most of the volume, or is it spread across a bunch of different retail traders? You don't really know, but still, $50 million in trading volume, you can't really fake. So those are very good numbers right there. Let's go into the part that everyone's talking about lately, the marketing. So RadioShack has their Twitter page here. A lot of followers here, 393,000. This is fully legit. The engagement is just off the charts. And here's where it gets interesting. So they initially, as soon as just 2 months ago, they had a very normal Twitter/crypto Twitter page. Here they are at Consensus on June 10th, promoting their platform. Here they are talking about liquidity dispersion. Here they are promoting their Discord community, June 8th. So just very normal crypto Twitter company corporate tweets. Then something happened right around June 10th to June 15th. A bunch of tweets were deleted, apparently by Twitter. And there were a bunch of comments on those deleted tweets and then retweets about people talking about how the RadioShack Twitter suddenly got savage and raunchy and things changed really quick. But all the tweets were deleted that these people are referencing, so you're not quite sure what happened. And then, about a week later, around June 17th, June 21st, the raunchy tweets returned. Want to get wild together. Sorry, I was banging somebody's mom. A bunch of tweets like this. And then, in the 6-7 weeks since then, the raunchy tweets have just continued. This is pretty much the only kind of tweets they put out. Here are some of their highlighted tweets over the last couple weeks. Is Pornhub down for anyone else? Super important. Make this poll look like a dick and balls. Not gonna lie, my boss is kind of thick. Ran out of fucks to give. And just took an upper decker at Applebee's. Ask me anything. So surprisingly, these tweets are not being deleted anymore. It's very unclear what happened with the sudden shift in the Twitter campaign from normal corporate promotions to very R-ratedness. It's almost like whoever was running the Twitter campaign got drunk at a party on June 10th, drunkenly put out some R-rated tweets that surprisingly went viral, and the person did not get fired from RadioShack. Twitter, although they deleted that tweet and a couple of the tweets in the first week, then they started letting the tweets go, and RadioShack as a company just said, fuck it, let's go with it, and that explains their sort of permanent R-rated marketing campaign so far. So who's the person behind these very wild, raunchy tweets? Well, it appears to be this guy here. Abel Kazapor, is that how you pronounce his name? He's the CMO. He looks like he's maybe early 30s. He's based in the Bahamas and New York. Here he is in the club. His background, he's worked in music, advertising, marketing a variety of different companies. He has a crypto background too. He's marketing director at Rebrand Games. He's done growth and community management at other tech companies. So this guy he's a Twitter expert, and he understands crypto Twitter specifically. And then this guy has also appeared in the pictures of some tweets, and a lot of their tweets reference some intern at the company who's doing the tweeting. I can't tell if that's real, that an intern is doing the tweeting, or if it's just some sort of gimmick character they've invented that kind of fits, but it's safe to say this might be the actual intern, this guy here. Not sure what his name is, but he might be the one actually doing the tweeting under the sort of loose guidance of Abel, his boss, the CMO. So, Abel, the CMO, here's how he describes their strategy. They start the day off with a good morning tweet, followed by a raunchy tweet right afterwards, and then an hour or two later, another tweet that sets the theme of the day. Everyone has to be surprised about one thing. The more surprised people are, the more engagement a tweet is going to get, as long as the tweet is good and doesn't offend anyone directly. So, raunchiness, shock value, cleverness, but don't offend any one group of people in particular. I think that's pretty good model there. Abel continues, if you look at all corporate accounts, he says, most of them are pretty boring. That's true. Risque tweets have helped RadioShack become the topic of discussion again. It's all about putting the information in front of people that the brand still exists, and the brand is way cooler than it used to be. It seems like it's working out. Ironically, when the company filed for bankruptcy the first time in 2015, confused marketing strategies were to blame for the company going bankrupt. So their marketing strategy has gained a big following. Now it's a little all over the place. It's a little confusing. It's a little The tweets are great, they're hilarious, but it's a little unclear how the tweets sort of fit in with the brand of the cryptocurrency decentralized exchange. But as Abel says, the tweets are getting people's attention. Huge following, almost 400,000 followers, tons of engagements, thousands of retweets and comments each tweet. So it is getting people talking about the brand. He describes the brand as being sex positive. I would describe the brand as just being horny as fuck. Abel goes on to say that the crypto industry has so far missed the mark by focusing on speculation, not enough on making the old school customer feel comfortable. It notes that there's a generational gap between the average crypto user and a corporate CEO. So he's basically saying they're bridging the gap between the old school and the new school being crypto and the old school being the clientele, the customer base that RadioShack has catered to for a long time, being an old school brand. So they do have a native token. It's traded on MEXC, PancakeSwap, BitSmart, and some DEXs. The native token has not really performed too well. Granted, they came out in early April, like literally right at the start of the bear markets. This was just horrible timing. Still, I would probably, before buying the token, just for investment purposes, I'd probably wait and see if it has an upswing here. That chart's not quite that good, but all altcoins have been hammered during that time. So maybe do a wait and see on the actual native token. It could rebound, though. It definitely could rebound. And as I told you, the numbers are as for their the use case numbers, their decentralized exchange, the cross-chain swap mechanism, even though the token has not performed too well in a trading sense, the numbers are there. $50 million in trading volume in the 7 weeks since they started. That was about a month ago. So right now they might be close to $100 million in total trading volume. And as I said, over 10,000 traders have used the RadioShack swap. So that would be good. That would be indicative that it isn't just a couple whales, driving the high volume numbers. It's spread out across a bunch of different retail traders. So those are good numbers right there. And they are, in the mix of their raunchy tweets, they are always listing new coins. The 3.0 DAO coin the other day they listed. Lunagen's official they listed. Real Floki and New they just listed yesterday. So they are getting stuff done and always listing coins to be made available on their cross-chain swap mechanism. Abel goes on to say that this is what I like here. So he says, obviously the Twitter campaign has generated a lot of buzz. It's converted to a lot of sales on the web store, not so much in the retail stores, though. So I like this. They're not just sort of lying and saying, oh, it's generating huge revenues everywhere. They're saying, okay, has led to higher stores online, but we still want it to lead to some more sales in the brick and mortar sales. So that's good. They're honest. They're very believable here. I like that. And that's pretty much it right there. So in conclusion, it's, there's a lot of things I definitely like about RadioShack. They're providing a real sort of buzz to crypto Twitter, and crypto Twitter has been sort of quiet the last few weeks. Their shock value tweets, great entertainment, can't go wrong there. It appears that it is converting at least to somewhat, increased trading volumes and a lot of retail users using the platform. The user stats are there. The coin hasn't really done that well price-wise, the native coin, but as I said, came out at the worst possible time for altcoins, so it still could rebound. And yeah, I'm definitely bullish at RadioShack. I think they're really providing a spark to the cryptocurrency space during the slow bear market summertime season when a spark is needed. That's it for today. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at bencryptoshow. Hit the like and subscribe button in the bottom right corner of the screen. Signing out. No video Saturday and Sunday as usual. I'll be back on Monday with a new video. See everyone Monday. Until then, this is Ben.